Good evening. Tuesday night means ZRL. This week racing with Dirty Rascals Grit in the Open B1 division. We're taking on Croissant, which is one of the new French maps. The profile is up on the top right. It's quite lumpy and has a lot of cobbles. So I thought this was going to be a sit and sprint kind of night, and it wasn't. My first time racing on the higher end of B, and I could tell that I'm not hugely in shape, but that's okay. Here's the first big cobbled sector. It's kind of this turn back, corkscrew-ish type of drag, 3-4%. This here's the finish as well. So you can see a little preview for what's to come to finish the race, but all I could see here are draft fans. Everyone got a draft fan. Everyone used it. Tonight was a fun night. There's lots of attacks. It was a pretty dynamic race. I wish I was in, better shape. So I'll give you the highlights. I was pretty quick with my edits tonight just because it was about an hour-long race. I wasn't going to put you through all of it. So here we are, kind of midway through lap one. Lots of attacks rolling off the front, usually at the cobbled sectors. You can see there was one here that got brought back rather quickly. And it was kind of fun because our team was pretty active, let's say, which is nice for a Zwift race in B. Usually, like I said, kind of a sit and sprint type of affair. But TFC were up for it. Sisu were up for it. OTR were up for it. And Dirty Rascals Grit was up for it. So a little stretch here, going 40 kph. Somebody went off the front and burying myself to make sure I stay connected. I don't think I've worked so hard to stay in a group in a year. I don't know. It's fun to be back and working hard and feeling the progress. So yeah, as you can see, the race gets pretty strung out here. I mean, we're on lap 1, 12 and a half minutes in. Aside from the hot and typical hot ZRL start, this isn't really stuff that you're used to seeing in a ZRL B race. So credit to everyone in the race. Around 60 guys in the field, and it was pretty impressive the amount of attacks and the strategy that was going in. So one of the strategies from my team was to string things out right about here. So the stronger Grit guys just rolling attacks as the cobbles started, kind of towards the end of the lap. So you can see the field's pretty strung out, single file. I'm in 30 something position, and we're not, we're riding maybe 2 or 3 wide at this point, but leading right into this drag 3-4%, and then falls flat, and then another kind of drag to finish the lap. Going up here, and you can see me working hard. I'm in the 170s just to stay on 170 beats per minute. Unfortunately, we dropped one of our teammates, Fish, who got left behind on that attack, and here I am working as hard as I can to not get dropped either. Thankfully, I saved it, but man, these cobbled sectors are long, and it's really hard to just get through guys. It takes a lot of effort, and it was noticeable. And I know it's just a video game, but at times I did feel like I was putting in a really strong effort that would have made me work through the field and nothing was happening. I think it was probably because we're going so fast, 45 kph at this point, and then we hit these cobbles at 47. People are rating power-ups left, right, and center, so we had all 3 OG power-ups to choose from: Van, Sprint, and Feather. So you can see a lot of work being put in for Tuesday night ZRL. A couple guys go off the front here, and thankfully the group has enough wherewithal to not let them go too far. I don't think there was a dirt guy in there. At least there wasn't a Dirty Rascals Grit guy in there. Had to burn my arrow to not get dropped here, just to lead into the cobbles once again. But thankfully, smart use of a power-up was able to make it back to the mid-pack. Here we are coming up again on that long stretch that leads into before the cobbles. We're going to cut soon, I think, to kind of the end of the lap at some point. Just working hard, you know. It doesn't look like it if you just look at my watts, 170, 200. But this is a time for recovery for me. Thankfully, you can see my heart rate going down. It was, you know, hovering in the 170s, 180s for a good portion of the night. So I was pretty happy with how my heart rate recovered and how I was able to not let go of the pack based on the digs that kept on going. So you see a little dig there, a little 4-5, 4-6 dig just to stay. Somebody attacked off the front, so the rest of the pack is just chasing. It's pretty chaotic. A little dig there. That was my night. It was just digging and recovering. So many matches burned. Just trying to stay with the pack. So we're going to switch over now to kind of the end of this lap where the team decides it's time to go again. And let's see what happens here. We actually didn't do anything. Sorry, we didn't do anything on that lap. I had to burn an arrow just to stay connected on this part of the Croissant. We're on lap 3 at this point. Again, not much is happening. These rolling attacks. Didn't want to bore you with kind of the same thing. You can see me working hard in the 170s, mid 170s in my heart rate, showing, you know, some pretty hard work being put in for me. And again, that's just for hanging on to 30 something place. Thought for sure I was going to get dropped here, but thankfully the pack let up and I was able to reconnect and live to fight another battle, which is kind of coming right now. You see I put in a little dig just to move through the pack. I haven't raced Zwift this hard in a long time, so I think I was a little bit rusty with just the making the moves, not realizing I did have to give, you know, kind of those bursts to get through the pack. Now that I'm kind of going over the tape, something to note on these kinds of races where I think, you know, you just get out of the saddle for 5 seconds and give it a couple pedal strokes and you move through the group a lot faster. So here we are at the end of lap 3. There's the spot where the great guys attack. You can see them out in the front there, just trying to get the group splintered. There is, I think, one rider way ahead, and that's somebody we're lapping. That is not somebody who's leading the race. And this is the second to last time we go through this sort of, not quite corkscrew, but this turn back onto this arch here with a little drag. So the 4th lap was surprisingly not as hot as I expected. So we've got about 9 clicks to go. We were talking about going 2.5 and then having somebody come over the top. I was expecting someone else to maybe roll some attacks the way the night was going, but everyone was just content kind of soft pedaling to see where things were going to lead. So here we are, 2 clicks to go. Somebody rolls an attack. You can see them on the front there on the right hand side. Dan responds and he's just trudging on the front, just burying himself to make it. And unfortunately, I think the pack was just too big, too fast, and he wasn't able to hold it, but he had a great effort there, bringing everyone through it. I mean, we're riding at 43, 44 right now. He's still holding us off, pushing hard, and there's the rider in the front there. I think that's a lapped rider, and folks are getting kind of twitchy here, and boom, they take off right about here, and I'm kind of left in the dust. Try to make it up this drag, and I managed to pass quite a few people, but it is what it is. 24th. Happy with that.